Dealing with triggers. Oh my God, this to me has been one of the most frustrating things of being a human, is that I have this really great easy life, but sometimes I get triggered. And when I get triggered, I don't like it because when I say I have an easy life, I do it on purpose. I like to feel calm. Inside, I like to feel calm. When I get triggered, this anger rises in me, or this repulsion, or this disappointment. Like I have these strong energies that rise out of me. And what I've discovered over time, I'll be 60 this year, so I've been going through this human experience a lot longer than some of you, is that different people get triggered by different things. So it isn't like this thing annoys everyone. It doesn't. Everyone has different things that annoy them. What is that thing? How can we stop it? What is this all about? And that's the whole thing that I'm trying to delve into in myself and help my coaching clients. There is a thing called inner child work. What the inner child work really is, it's acknowledging that when we were little, we learned certain coping mechanisms with our little baby brains and toddler brains that weren't fully developed. We learned coping mechanisms to the environment around us. We also learn how to act and interact with life and what to believe from watching the gods in our life, our parents. And even parents who loved us were often unavailable to us emotionally. So, we could have learned that we can't count on other people to go to with our problems. Sometimes we even protected our parents because we saw they were tired. We didn't want to bother them. A lot of people has pushed their childhood way down. They don't want to think about it. They think it's in the past, but it isn't. And the reason you know it's not in your past is because these push down emotions can cause fibromyalgia, heart attacks, anxiety, depression, rheumatoid arthritis, all these stress related illnesses. And they also cause you to have triggers, and they run your life, and you keep making decisions that don't serve you. You're like, why do I keep going for this kind of job or this kind of guy? Or why do I keep talking critically to myself? Because your parents talk critically to you, so you learned that. So inside each of us is this little inner child. So let me continue. So you watch the people around you to learn how to respond in the world, but you also learn how to navigate the world around you. If your parents are yelling, maybe you learn to be the peacemaker and to forego your own needs to take care of other people. Now you have the setup for a codependent adult. Or you learn to hide, to run in the woods and hide, to get away and just be and hide. So whenever there's conflict in your life, you want to run away and hide. You don't want to deal with anything in your relationship because your go-to thing has been to hide. Or you learn that love isn't safe, or love takes from you, or love is dangerous. And like all these things, you learn coping mechanisms, but then you also have your own individuality and personality that gives meaning to things. I remember once being in a landmark seminar where a woman in her 40s shared how she felt so unloved by her mom. And it all went back to one incident when she was in grade school, and the mom hired a babysitter for the 5 kids while she went shopping. And all the kids were excited except this woman who felt mom is abandoning me. Mom doesn't love me. That's the meaning she gave it in her little child brain. Now, people have the idea that when we become adults and our prefrontal cortex is developed, then all of a sudden we shift into some kind of higher state of being, like an alien abduction, but we don't. We take all those wounded pieces, they're still with us. Until we heal them and look at them and heal them, those wounded pieces are with us, and it's called the subconscious. It's called the subconscious programming. It runs the show. There are the shadow parts, and we don't see it because it's all kind of subconscious and tucked below. But you know it's there when you're triggered and when your life isn't working the way you want. Because these things are on the deeper level that are not accessible by logic. What can we do? Well, the one technique is to release your emotional triggers. That's what I help people with, releasing emotional triggers by feeling that energy in your body, really feeling it. We have to go back and really feel it and letting it go. And then there are other techniques which I don't know if they're as powerful, but I'm going to try them. It's the inner child healing techniques where you notice your inner child is coming to the forefront. Like, say that you get a sales call and sales calls annoy you, and you feel like there's a part of you that feels like stomping your feet and having a tantrum. You feel like a little 3-year-old. That little child has come to the forefront, and you can learn how to calm down this inner child. You can learn what your triggers are, how to calm this inner child down, and then you can act from your adult self. That to me seems like a lot of work. I really like the emotional release technique better because the emotion is stored in the body. But one thing that is for sure is that when we kind of realize where these triggers come from, they become conscious and they lose a lot of their power. Like I said, no one gave us a guidebook on how to be humans. I'm just trying to figure all this stuff out. If you guys have any input on transforming yourself, not getting triggered by certain things, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what things have worked for you. And thank you for watching my video.